Okay, I believe this is Anderson's final matrix that I managed to miss somehow last time. So let's see if I can actually get it this time. I have to pick up this book, and then I just don't really remember what happened. Fairy tales and picture books line this shelf. Oh yeah, I remember that I'm in the middle of gathering Anderson's matrix. What shall we read this time? My gaze wanders, and I come upon The Little Match Girl. This is Anderson's masterpiece, if I recall correctly. The night of the New Year's Eve, snow fell on the cold street. A poor little girl was out barefoot, selling matches. Since it was so cold, the little girl struck the matches. In doing so, a warm stove, a feast, and a lavish Christmas tree shone over each flame and faded away. In the final flame appeared her beloved grandma, who embraced the little girl. The little girl smiled. Then, she froze to death. This tale continues to be adored all throughout the world, despite being such a bad end. There's something that this writer, with his complex personality, put into the little girl's death that definitely touched somebody's heart. I believe he also, based the main character off of his mother, who's, struggling to provide for him as a kid. This is really amazing, Anderson. Feeling kind of impressed, I borrowed The Little Match Girl. Maybe if I use this as a conversation starter, he'll tell me more about old stories about himself. Talk to me, man. Give me this last matrix. I take out a copy of The Little Match Girl that I got from the library and start talking to Anderson. This book is one of the most famous fairy tales in the world. I have no doubt that bringing this topic up will light up even Anderson's scathed-lot face. Or he'll hate you for it. Like that. Anderson? You really do go out of your way. I didn't think anyone these days would read worn classics anymore. Still, I have nothing to say about that book. The content is as you read it. The ending is as written. Has there ever been a greater waste of time? Makes me want to hurl. Hey, how about I tell you about my noble phantasm instead? Please do, because your noble phantasm is neat. Anderson. I don't want to hear it, pacifist. I may loathe people, but I treasure my readers. That's why this dope of a voracious reader deserves a fitting reward. Here, take this, Nebulous. It's information about a useless noble phantasm anyway. This is my final lip service to you. Sweet. Don't know how I missed this last time. He actually revealed the matrix on his noble phantasm to me. Let's see. A story just for you? It has the power to turn someone into their ideal self. Yeah, it's not suited for battle, as you can tell. I positively do not fight. I just sit alone in my room and write stories. Though I don't do so much these days. The world has gone to hell, and a depraved and mediocre one. Not many people worth writing about. That's why ever since I became a servant, I've had to earn extra money by making fan fiction. Not as an improv shijin poet, but as an improv doji... You a doujinshi now? You know, you probably had a circle at the summer event, didn't you? Like the summer BB event at Hawaii, which was basically Hawaiian Comic-Con. I don't remember that event very much. It was fun, but details are hazy for me. I don't really know why. Ow! Incredible. I blinked and missed Kiara bonking Anderson on the head. He got hit with a bonk stick? No more, Anderson. Keep your vulgar activities to yourself. Being your master, people will start to question my dignity. What dignity? Nebulous, please, that's enough for today. I may be a pacifist, but a noble phantasm is still a master's trump card. I kindly ask that you don't tell others about this, okay? Why, do you plan on fighting? Do you? Do you? I even forget what Anderson's noble phantasm does in FGO. I've never really used him. And I know it's like a buff sort of NP, but I don't know what it does. Anyway, let's read. Reading time, go. Go, shut up. I'm gonna ignore that. There we go. Yes, a story just for you. I don't know how to pronounce that. It is German. The unpolished manuscript of Andersen's autobiography, The Fairy Tale of My Life. To Andersen, who said, "The majority of what I write are projections of myself," The Fairy Tale of My Life is the record of Andersen's way of life, which he compiled as the supreme annotation of all my works. To put it another way, it serves as a core manuscript of the author Andersen's alter ego, other self. Though to a writer, everything they write is an other self. That I actually understand. I don't do too much writing, more drafting and character planning, but like, everything I write is another me. It's interesting, for sure, when I try and project myself onto the page, and it projects back. Every individual page of this book takes the mana provided by the people who love the author known as Andersen, taking the shape of the Andersen the readers see, and can take action by becoming that other self. But that is not the truth of this noble phantasm. Just as a writer produces a story, by wiping the book clean and starting over from scratch, it becomes possible to raise a single person to a single main character. Take someone and buff them into protagonist mode. Does that entail giving them, like, plot armor, or does that mean removing plot armor? The effect. The degree of growth increases the farther the manuscript progresses. With only several pages, only a few coincidences may occur, but with all the pages, in the event that the manuscript is completed, the subject will reach their greatest form, just as they had imagined. Literally, hero-making power. He can do that so long as he writes it. At a glance, it may look like an omnipotent noble phantasm, but Andersen's deep-rooted, gloomy philosophy, there is no finale that brings happiness to humans besides death. Resign that there's no way everything can turn out well, and an author's pride will not permit convenient developments. Won't allow someone to attain their ideal form so easily. Yeah, so he has to write the story, but he has to write it well? And considering how he is, like, he's like, you're gonna die when I reach the end. That's just how it goes. That's how stories go. But you'll be the ultimate you when you die. Of course, the quality of the story also depends on Andersen's motivation. Essentially, it's impossible to attain that person's ultimate form without a subject that ignites considerable passion in him. To put it another way, you can only become the ultimate you with this noble phantasm if he deems it worthy of happening. Right? It's like, oh, the strongest me can do this and that. And it's like, that's boring. That sucks. I'm not writing that. Go do it yourself if you're that good. Oh, you're not, because you need my power to help you get that good. So I guess you're just stuck. Too bad. Get good, scrub. He probably would say that. I feel like that's how he would handle it. But yeah, it is a powerful noble phantasm. Its limitation is Andersen himself. So... Plus, it's still not a direct combat noble phantasm. Like, how you can't use that. You use it to buff someone else. Or, I guess in a way, himself if he decides to. And he really does not decide to. So, it is a very cool noble phantasm. I do like it. It is not strong without the most perfect of circumstances. And, well, that's just not going to happen now, is it? Blank page. Oh, he just doesn't have a second one? Really? It's an actual blank page. Bizarre. He straight doesn't have a second one. We filled out the matrix and it's like, no, there's actually nothing else. But why is this labeled character background 1 then? Probably because that'll change. That'll be revised later. He wrote his own matrix, of course. He left that blank so he could fill it in later. You would do that. It's how you work. Fine, Andersen. I see your game. I'll play it. We'll see how that changes too later. For now, I have to go deal with Elizabeth Bathory again. We'll see when I get back. I see Rin and Ronnie here in the student council room. You know who's missing? Sakura's not here this time. she's conspicuously missing from her corner that she's usually standing in. So, yeah. Yeah, this is new. Although it concerns me that I don't see Sakura, there's something I need to report. Morning, sleep well. What's that mail you got there? Oh, yeah, I got Liz's invitation to, destroy my stomach, apparently. When Rin does a check, she always catches something. I placed the invitation I picked up on the desk and explained the deal. A dinner party, Elizabeth Bathory was apparently educated in alchemy according to her legend. I super don't remember that part, but okay. It's probably a trap in all likelihood. Be careful, Neb. There are charm and geish programs mixed in with that food. I think there probably are too. Even if the food she puts out for me looks amazing, I'll have to muster up an iron will and push it away. With that, I wonder where Sakura is. Sakura? She's presently deallocating in the infirmary. She's amassed unneeded data, so we requested that she clear her internal memory. We want her to take a break, even if just a short one. That girl won't rest unless we ask her explicitly. Let me switch to some serious talk. While BB encroaches on the far side of the moon, she's also heading for the moon cell's core. In the process of doing so, BB ended up hogging various Seraph systems to herself and modifying them. BB's personal values are becoming the norm for the far side of the moon. That's why Sakura stands toward protecting us. It's considered illegal within the Seraph. You've noticed how many times Sakura has fainted so far, right? It's not because she's overexerting herself. It's because BB is basically attacking her. It's tough for me to say this. As long as Sakura is on our side helping us, she'll slowly keep breaking down. Well, I'm not happy with that. What the? Sakura never mentioned a word of this to me. Sakura begged us many times to stay quiet about it, knowing we'll hold Nebulous back from fighting. Therefore, please continue acting in the same manner as you have been, Scholar. To Sakura, that would be the most effective healing she could ever receive. We'd like to at least ease her mental burden. That's why we have her resting in the infirmary right now. We're not telling her to purely out of kindness, though. While we do worry about her health, maintaining her performance is more important. Our scans show that there's only a little more labyrinth left, and that little bit will be dangerous guaranteed. A moment of carelessness or the slightest misstep will be fatal. Of course, I'm talking about for you, not us, Neb. That's why this operation will be taken on optimal circumstance. I wish I could read without rewriting the whole sentence in my own head. My own head that doesn't want to focus on the words in front of me. That's why this operation will be taken on under optimal conditions. It's not just me, the sentence structure is weird. Instability in Sakura will create problems for us. The letter from Elizabeth had me wound up. This snapped me back into focus. With every moment that passes, destruction draws nearer to us. This isn't the time to be getting distracted.
Kaicho.
Exactly. Please continue directly with clearing with the labyrinth. Every second we save means a smaller burden on Sakura. You can count on me. I then leave the student council room. Still, I'm worried about how Sakura is doing. Before I head to the labyrinth, I'll stop by the infirmary for a bit. I could have sworn they're supposed to give me a video otherwise, where it's like, hey look, Elizabeth's making terrible food and Shinji's dying because of it. We entirely cut out a comedic moment because we're worried about Sakura. Which, yeah, fair. The tone would be just super whiplash. But, let's see. Yep, head to the infirmary. Here for the routine visit. Oh, right, the interlude happened, so Gilgamesh is back in his own outfit. I forgot about that. Your chances of survival are directly linked to how her performance maintains. Better treat her well. I'm gonna put his clothes back on. Or off? Either way. Scholar, is that you? The sound of the door must have woken her up. Sakura, who was sleeping in bed, quickly got up to greet her visitor. You don't have to push yourself, though. It's alright. Sakura's hair is changing. The signs were there before, but it's gotten worse. There's no doubt about it now. Maintaining the old school systems alone is a big task, but providing backup during the labyrinth explorations, mental preservation, my mental preservation, on top of that, puts a huge strain on her.
この髪ですか？気にしないでください。ちょっと出力が落ちているだけですから。
But you see, that's bad. How are you holding up? No, I want you to be resting. Please rest. It's fine.
いいんです。ベッドで休んでいてもあまり効果はありませんから。
You can say that, but I still feel bad.
保健室は私の調整室でもあるんです。ここにいるだけで自己診断、自己治療の効果があるんですよ。
You did mention that last time.
それよりお茶を入れますね。せっかく来てくれたんです。
Just relax.
私もお役に立ち。
Watch out! Sakura stumbles, and I only barely catch her. I feel Sakura's body in my arms. She's unusually cold. Her warmth, from before, as if she were a living being. Hardly half of it is left. Maybe just like the moon cell, she's already been eroded down. Is it happening to your body as well?
それはその
Let me be concerned. Sakura hesitates, but I repeat my question again. By principle, AI can't lie. That compelling force isn't as strong as a command seal, though. If she has a duty to keep a topic confidential, then it might be fruitless to ask, but I would expect that she has to give some response to a master's question. Yes, it's heavy-handed, but this is about her health after all. If Sakura is going to take on this burden, then the bare minimum she can do is make sure I know what's going on.
わかりました。リンさんやラニさんは気づいているだろうし、先輩だけ仲間外れはやっぱり嫌です。私もムーンセルの侵食に合わせて構成情報が崩れ始めています。マスターの健康管理も今では難しい状況です。お弁当くらいはなんとか作れるんですけど。
See, I'd make the joke going, okay, good, at least that's fine, but I really can't right now. Like, she's trying to make the joke to be like, see, it's fine, and I'm like, it's not fine though.
でもまだお役に立てます。リンさんとラニさんが常時アップデートしてくれていますから。
Updates. So basically, they're forcibly keeping her functioning through the additional patches on her, breaking down from degradation as she is. Humans call this taking drastic measures. They're just slapping big bandages over the holes popping up all over her. That's all it is. It does nothing to treat her wounds, let alone solve the root of the problem.
いいんです。そもそも初めから壊れていたんです。私、本当ならもっと早くに消えていたんです。
Even if that's accurate, please don't call yourself broken.
だからどうか気を使わないでください。先輩に悲しい顔をされるのは辛いです。
But seeing you suffering hurts me. There were no bluffs in her smile. She's genuinely concerned about me. I need to think of something. Something I can do for her right now. Pay her? I guess Sakura meant as a sort of data power source, so that should boost her? I have money. I haven't been using it at all either. Sakura meant. That's right, Sakura meant. This only applies to the far side of the moon, but Sakura meant serves as a power source within the moon cell. It's an imaginary element in this cyberspace. Magical energy, mana, unevenly distributed throughout this domain. It doesn't have some almighty power that can do anything, but shouldn't it be able to at least keep Sakura from falling apart?
そんなダメです。サクラメントは貴重なソースです。先輩が自分のために使ってください。
Well, I'm going to use it to invest in an assistant who will keep me alive when I'm out in the field. So I see no contradiction, do you? That's exactly what I'll do. I'll help myself by using it on Sakura. I don't know the reason why myself. It's just that I don't want Sakura to suffer. I want her to keep smiling like she used to before, right here and now. I threw money at the problem. Did it solve it?
先輩のバカ。
Say it again. For everyone in the back. Transferring Sakura to her was easy. Sakura has always been manipulated by the administrative side of the moon cell to keep balance here in cyberspace. AI like Sakura probably take it as belonging to them more seriously than masters do.
ごめんなさい、先輩。でも、ありがとうございます。体が温かくなって、すごく楽になりました。
You let me know if you need more. I've got plenty. Sakura smiles and I smile back. I grab her by the hand to check how she's faring. Her body temperature is normal again. I'm glad. This should keep her pain away for a while. What's up with Sakura? I thought her pain went away, but she's oddly fidgety. Is there another problem? I ask her if something's bothering her.
いえ、ちょっとわからなくて。
What do you not get? She doesn't understand?
はい。前からおかしいなって気づいてはいたんですよ。でも、その原因がわからなくて。
I mean, you really should probably figure it out so you don't have to suffer that again.
私は皆さんの健康管理のために作られた AI です。私が先輩のお世話をするのは当然のことなんです。
Oh, did you mean in me? Oh, yeah, you probably also want to look into that then.
そうなんですけど、月の裏側に来てからずっとおかしくて、優先順位がずれているというか。
Yeah, I've got a cross-time matrix entry that kind of tells me why that is.
私の中で先輩を助けることが皆さんの健康管理より上位に設定されているんです。この人を死なせちゃいけない。この人はかけがえのない最初の友達なんだって。
Oh, is that how it is? I feel genuinely happy about being considered special to her, as well as a little embarrassed.
でも単に効率論なんだと思います。現状ムーンセルの正常化に最も適した人材が先輩ですから、その先輩を最優先するのは AI として当然ですよね。
Yes and no. I nod. That could very well be. I see. Since Nebulous Scholar's a human that could save the moon cell, Sakura gives Nebulous Scholar priority. These AI are something else. It's as calculating and self-serving as a bias as it gets. One could call it as such, but...
そう、当然なんです。私はおかしくない。先輩を優先するのは論理的です。
I don't know if you realize, but you are deliberately ignoring something.
なのにどうしてそんな当然のことがこんなに嬉しいのか。
Maybe it's not so deliberate. Sakura looks down and murmurs something to herself.
なんでもないです。気にしないでください。私 AI ですから。
No, you are a person.
というか元気になったからお茶入れますね。やっぱりお茶ですよね、お茶。
As long as you're feeling better. Sakura begins preparing some tea. Thank goodness. In any case, Sakura's in better spirits again. Looks like I can return to exploring the labyrinth without anything holding me back. What about my tea? Alright, well, it's done. Back to the labyrinth, back to dealing with Elizabeth, because 3 times. 3rd time's the charm. And only in the 4th time is when she's helping me. But that's later. So at this point, I expect there to be more big changes. Specifically, right now, we just tried to hack into Nebulous to learn data about her, and she counter-hacked Sakura, so Sakura is now frozen, and we need to ask Kiara for her codecast in order to get in there and fix things. And Kiara has left for the labyrinth, where, in another timeline, she totally died. I wonder how that's going to change here, because I expect it to. But we'll see. Gonna run in there and go after Kiara. They're here. I sent a servant. Though his combat skills are non-existent, I regard him to be excellent as an advisor. However, now there's nowhere left for them to run. Let's finish this quickly. Finding them. I forget where they went. Did they go to the middle here? Or did they go to the end point? Oh, please, the others didn't react to me when I came through here before. It was just you. Please, why would you auto-attack at a skill? There we go. Take care of it. The auto usually works just fine. Except when it does weird things like, hey, there's a skill here, let me just attack. There we go, cleared up. Barely any damage. It's fine. My level is 54. Yeah, they're up in the middle. Could you get out of the way? Not what I meant. Not what I meant. Handle it. It's funny though, because while this is the 5th chapter, the enemy damage is going back up to the point where I can't just handle it easily. Oh, this is the first battle that I've had to do in 2 rounds. This is the first one. I'm actually astonished. This hasn't happened before. You always start with a skill, huh? But Auto doesn't know how to handle that. Yeah, plus these are enemies that I haven't really fought enough for the data to be like, I know what I'm doing. Alright, let me heal up and save. In case anything major changes. Let's see. Talk to me. How do you get out of this? I forgot to change Gil's outfit again. It's fine. Kiara Seshuin was waiting in the arena for us. She isn't panicking and isn't hostile. She's standing there like a white lily, as she always does. Not the time, kind of urgent. Not in the way you're phrasing it. She smiles, and it's like being soaked in pure water, or like overflowing honey. It may be a little late for this, but now I sort of understand how all those people who took their own lives in pursuit of Kiara Seshuin felt. She's a saint and a witch. Kiara Seshuin is an evil bodhisattva, with a blend of integrity and seductiveness. I don't really know what you're getting as payment here in the first place. Sure. Kiara Seshuin speaks to me extremely obscenely. I can't discern her true motives. Is she pure or is she wicked? Is she someone worth trusting? Perplexed as I am, Kiara looks at me tenderly, smiling. Yeah, but some are more obvious than others.
人々の心が決めるもの。官の目なき者に誠の信頼は築けませぬの。私はあなたを信頼したいと思います。真言立川栄天流秘技万色幽体、どうぞお受け取りを。
Thank you.
あなたなら無事使いこなせるでしょう。
Kiara holds out her hand. In her hand is a codecast crystal. The basic program is loaded on it. This is the forbidden technique which drove many people to insanity, to destruction. She offered it to me with only the words, "I want to trust you."
ここまでしておいて無条件降伏だと？殺生院と言ったな。貴様、何を考えている？
And don't be planning on dying.
それは何と申しましょうか。私も長い禁欲生活で退屈していましたので、迷宮でエゴに追われていましたでしょう。あれが羨ましくて。
You really shouldn't.
私もけだもののようなあなたに一度追われてみたかったのです。
So then how was it? Kiara says something unthinkable, sounding like an ashamed maiden. The heavy reply also leaves Gilgamesh speechless. Yeah, she, for sure, is the embodiment of allure. She could lead anyone, man or not, astray.
だから言ったろ。こいつはこういう自分の快楽だけを追求するゴミためのような女なのだと。
I don't disagree with you, Anderson.
もうゴミためで悪かったですわね、ミスタードランカー。そんなに女はお嫌い？
当然だとも。女というやつは重くやかましく無駄飯ぐらい。でかいだけの肉塊だ。おお、人生の枷。その最たる鳥かごよ。
He's just so poetic. Or something.
だから俺は提唱するのだ。我が同胞男性諸君、恋をするのなら可憐な少女だけに留めておけ。
さすがに初恋の少女に告白できず、恋文を生涯懐に隠し続けた方の発言は一味違いますわね。もしや不能ですか？
It's always funny when Kiara manages to get a good clap back in. It's rare, but they are good.
相手によるに決まってるだろう。俺は自分の好みにはうるさいぞ。恋に関しては妥協しなかったからな。
And it's even better when Anderson is just unfazed.
よかった。それでは私は範囲外ですね。あいにくあなた好みの清楚で可憐な少女時代なんてありませんでしたので。
The two of them rev up their usual quarrel. I guess one could look at this and say their master-servant relationship is healthy.
まあよい。戻るぞ。この者どもの血は喧嘩に付き合っている余裕は。キャスター!
This is where it happens. Are they still just gonna die?
No.
Apparently, yes. It was a split second. Blood sprays from Kiara's stomach. We sensed no presence, and there was no bloodlust. There's only a gush of blood now spraying about.
メルトリリス。
あなたが私を殺める。
Maybe this just won't, or it's already too late, I suppose. It doesn't change until a final choice, but I gotta build up all the choices to the end. Which would be even more confusing, but I guess we'll see when we get there.
理由がないからと安心していた。これだから人間は甘いのよ。
I mean, might as well leave this in for continuity's sake and be like, see, it still happened.
あなたたちにはかなわないから従います。あなた BB にそう言ったらしいわね。懸命隷属しておけば殺されない？尻尾を振れば見逃してもらえる？バカじゃないの？虫けらを潰すのに理由はいらないわ。あなたたち人間はただいるだけで目障りなんだから。
Kiata's lips wrench in agony. Meltrilus, face flushed, takes in Kiata's pained face and voice. How is she seeing her face from behind? She's toying with her, like a female praying mantis relishing in the male's death throes right after copulation.
私は BB やリップとは違うわ。私は妥協のない快楽の具現。月を汚すすべてを私が殺す。あなたのような毒はいらない。さあ、これでおしまいよ。
But you are poison, Melt. She really put everything into those screams. Tanakarie just going all out. In Meltrilus, there is no mercy. Kiata Seshuin was ruthlessly split in half, and she disintegrated while experiencing torturous pain. Next, when the master is terminated, a servant follows suit. Anderson, unscathed, begins disintegrating from his limbs.
サーバントなんてこんなものよ。マスターさえ殺せば雪のように溶けていく。アンデルセン、何か遺言はあって？
Yeah, get wrecked.
未練がましい遺言なんぞこの俺が残すものかよ。このまま消えていくだけだ。
But then he leaves last words anyway.
だが呪いは残すぞ、メルトリリス。哀れな少女、報われぬプリマドンナ。お前の愛が果たされる日は永遠にない。
なんですって？あなた、子供のくせに何様のつもり？
作者様のつもりだ、バカめ。全てを肯定するお前の愛は求愛者の否定によって幕を閉じる。
He's not wrong. It is how it goes.
なぜなら真にお前を愛する者が現れたのなら、そいつはお前の愛を許さない。共に生きることを望むから伴侶という。恋人はお前を愛するがゆえにお前の献身を認めない。そんなものに付き合わされる奴も迷惑だ。しょんべん臭いガキめ。一人きりの陶酔なんぞベッドの中で貪っていろ。
Saying that, Anderson then pulls out a book. The title is The Emperor's New Clothes. One of Hans Christian Andersen's masterpieces. It's a fairy tale about a sea of liars and one single honest person. And he uses it to hide us.
これは魔法の裁縫だ。知恵なき者には宝石に、知恵ある者には無価値に移る。
Turned us invisible like the clothes. In that instant, Gilgamesh and I vanish from the labyrinth. This is no forced logout. It's just like the Green Archer's invisibility skill, if not better.
消えた。余計な真似を、アンデルセン。
It's a good laugh.
最後まで見届けられないのは拍子抜けだが、俺もそろそろ退場と相なろうか。お嬢さん、そしてそのサーバント。あとはお前たちの仕事だ。小市民らしく懸命に当たり前の幸福を守るがいい。
You got it.
最後まで己を貫いたな、童話作家。その反骨の矜持、確かに見届けた。あとは任せるがよい。
I think I mentioned it before, but the fact that Gilgamesh actually stands here and is like praising him for being himself to the end, that's real strong from Gilgamesh. It's like, I acknowledge you. I actually do. And now we peace out. Gilgamesh is right. while the invisibility Anderson cast on us is in effect, we'll break away from Meltrellis. It's too early to take her on. Right now, we need to bring back the multicolored tranquility we obtained. Well, that scene didn't change, contrary to my expectations. But as I said, I'll leave it in, because it didn't change. Anyway, I'm gonna go deal with, saving Sakura and beating Elizabeth. So, I'll be back again. And here we are. I can't help but notice she is starting off with her Noble Phantasm. This should be interesting. Gonna do our usual thing though. Gate. 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 Shock. Gate. Chains. And I'll guard that. And we'll see if this finishes her up real fast, or if we'll actually need a second round this time. So let's just see how much damage I can do, yeah? I don't think she has too many defensive buffs. I don't remember. So as long as these just shred her apart, I really should have nothing to worry about. And of course, if she gets low enough health this turn, I'll probably... Oh, yeah, I'll be able to Enuma Elish her otherwise. Well, no Noble Phantasm for you. This is how Gilgamesh is meant to be played. Just continuous blade spam. Oh, she guarded that one. Oh, look at that. She survived. How about you eat this? Oh, I can't. It's only turn 2. It needs to be until like turn 5. Oh, I gotta do this for real now. That's awkward. I forgot about the turn limit because it almost never comes up. I don't have any MP for skills right now. Try that. That should be enough, to be honest. We'll see. The first one was already good. And she stunned and therefore I win. Flawless victory. Bye, Liz. For now. Till you decide to come back later. Did you send me to level 55? You did. Thank you. Alright. On to the next chapter then.